and a warm welcome to all. I see some of us in here who are regulars and still waiting for some who may be joining as well. So we're just giving it another minute or two there. But it's wonderful to see everyone, and I'm just getting over a little cold here, so apologize for my congested voice, but it's so good to be together. And if for those of us who can be in person, it's wonderful. And it's also just lovely to have this online space to stay connected to each other. And I know for me, just in having a little cold, it's nice to have these moments of being able to be online and find center and get grounded together. So wonderful to be together. My name is Antoinette, and I am our co-host or our host for the Women Together Connects. We meet once a month, and it's been a few weeks since we've been together. So I know that for some people it's been, lots been going on in these last few weeks and in our own lives, in the world, and just a lot to take in. And these moments of connection just allow us to connect in with ourselves, with each other, with our wider community, and with a sense of possibility. Oftentimes, we are kind of going out in the world and, I don't know, some of us are just sitting and doom scrolling. And I think it's really important to have these opportunities to kind of come home to ourselves and as Brahmani reminds us to come home to our true nature. So it's wonderful to have this session and to just land wherever we are. So just before I turn it over to Brahmani, I'll just invite us into a little moment of stillness and then I'll turn it right over to her because
Mm.
many of us are already quite familiar, but we like to just offer little moments of tiny practices. In these moments of connection, we'll do space with Brahmani, and then we'll move into breakouts towards the end of the session, which is always a wonderful way to expand our connection from inside and into our connection with each other. So if you'd like to get both feet on the ground, that's a good way to get started. Just taking a deep breath, noticing where the breath is today, and closing your eyes or lowering your gaze, whichever is in your practice. Just taking a moment to be still. Wherever you are, just noticing what's coming up for you and what may have brought you here today. So just noticing that, I will turn it over to Brahmani and just remind you that she has been sharing these teachings and practices that have transformed her own life, and she's been studying yoga, meditation, and contemplative healing arts since the 70s.
Mm.
She is the founder of Rivertown Center for Yoga and Health in Dobbs Ferry, New York, and is on the faculty of Kripalu School of Yoga and Ayurveda. She co-created the Yin Yoga teacher training there and Journey into Yoga School of Yoga and Meditation, which is a yoga alliance school. And Brahmani is really just a wonderful spirit, sister spirit in the world doing sharing this work in the deepest way. It really just has felt from the heart. So Brahmani, it's so wonderful to have you with us and to feel you here. And I know people are still trickling in, so we'll just
Yeah,
welcome all of us as we join. And thank you so much. I'll turn it over to you.
thank you. Thank you, Antoinette. It's so wonderful to see everyone. I'm still playing with my viewing. I'd love to see all of you, but I can't figure it out. Okay, well, we're still trying. Oh, here we go. Okay. I have a new computer, everybody, so it's odd. I haven't fully figured it out yet. But hi. And it's like so wonderful to see some very old friends. Not that you're old, but we all are moving on in our lives. But longtime friends, I'll say that. So thank you. Thank you for coming. And I'm still only seeing a handful of people, and I know that over 100 people signed on. So I guess they're coming. Yeah. So coming home to our true nature, and I came upon that. I mean, to tell you the truth, it's pretty much what I always share, right? But life can be complicated, and it's complicated for all of us globally. I think we're all seeing and feeling into that. And it can be complicated for us individually. I'm also well aware. And so what do we do in the moments that are feels complicated and starts to take us feeling downward, and how do we manage? And it's those moments that I become very grateful for the little practices that can bring me back home. I can always do that. You can always do that. It doesn't have to be a whole lot, coming back to our true nature. So I ask you all, and you're here for a reason. Maybe you haven't seen me in a while, or maybe the title called you and can someone pick, could you guys get yourselves on mute? Thank you very much. That'd be great. Um, so when you hear true nature, I wonder if there's a word that comes up for you. And as you see that, can you put the word up in the chat? Like when you think true nature, what's the word or feeling that comes up for you? Authentic, authenticity. That's interesting. Soul.
Okay.
Okay. Home, being myself, the essence, clarity. Love it.
Mm.
Mm, easy. Yeah. 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 Great. Yeah. And so there is it's a sense of being home, right? Being home. And so the great mystics all tell us, and again, I'm going to ask if we could all be muted. That would be just great. Thank you so much. Um, the great mystics remind us that we're already whole, we're already complete. It's already so. I tell you, the first time I heard that from a teacher, my whole being kind of relaxed. Like, there's nothing you really need to do because we're so busy doing, even in the world of yoga and meditation, do this meditation, do this yoga pose, do this, do this, do this. And so we're doing that. And but the gift is we then have an experience. We have an experience of ourself as whole. We have an experience. So all the practices are about helping us to have an experience of our own true nature, which is yoga. Yoga means union, right? Already whole. And so I'm always moved by that. And I'm always grateful that all the years, right? Many of us have been doing whatever we've been doing for many years. And I believe it's a training. Some of the traditions would say that this practice is a mind training. When you do mantra, it's a mind training, but it's all a training. How do we bring the mind back home? Right? A training to come home. And what I am aware of as I live a life, and as we all move on in our years, and I have others and near ones and dear ones that don't have this kind of practice, it's more difficult for them. They don't have the ground. They don't have that experience. We all have it. We just have to remember it. And so here we are together, remembering and coming home to who we really are. Already peace. You can lift your hand up. How many of you watched the monks that were walking for peace from Texas? Yeah, we were all really moved by that, right? Walking for peace. I know I was really moved. The world was really moved, and not people that were necessarily longtime practitioners, but there was something. And they were so simple, and his teachings were so simple. And do you remember his one teaching would say, every morning when you wake up, have a pen and paper next to your bed and write, today is going to be my peaceful day. Today is going to be my peaceful day. So what it's asking us is, how do you want to start your day? Do you want to pick up your phone and start scrolling, which so many of us do? What do you want to do? Do you start thinking about your day? Ooh, can you stop for a moment and remind yourself today is going to be my peaceful day? And if I don't have the paper, when I remember, I'm not perfect, I write it in the air. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Today is going to be my peaceful day. So we begin to train the mind, right? Move in that direction. Today is going to be my peaceful day. And it's the same as, you set your intention, we're connecting to something bigger, peace. Peace is regenerative. Peace is our true nature. Sometimes some people just say, I just want a little peace. Peace is right here at the center of who we are, and life will happen. We're not trying not to be human, right? We're going to be human. That's the gift. We are human. What a blessing. We have this multi-dimensional experience of life in our body and our mind and our heart. That's the human condition. It's not something we want to get rid of because we'll be done then with this life. Like, feel it all, let everything be an entranceway. And some of the things are quite difficult. Some of us or our loved ones get a diagnosis. The world seems to be falling apart. There's so many things that happen in a world, but there's always this. So even for just a minute or two, can you find the way? So today we'll do a few different little practices. You'll notice how you feel. I'm going to ask you when we finish it to take a little time for journaling, so have a piece of paper or pen with you. Excuse me. We'll have some time for breakouts you can share with each other because, community is so important. There's a great quote by I wanted to say it to you. The Buddha said to Ananda, he's his close companion, that Ananda said, "Is it true, O Lord, that the noble Sangha is half of the holy life?" The Buddha replied, "No, Ananda, that's not the truth. The noble Sangha is the whole of the holy life." So that is, the Sangha is the community of people that lift us up, right? That we take refuge in. So I thought we would take a few minutes to begin. I like to begin my day. Sometimes I do it while I'm still in my bed. Like, how do I want to live my life? We'll send you home. Ella will put in the chat a handout that I put together for you with taking refuge and some contemplations and ways to connect with me. So that'll be available for you. Okay. All right. So if you would find a way to take your seat. I'm sitting on the floor, but sitting on a chair is great, right? However you're sitting, just sit. And Antoinette already began, just those few minutes. It made a difference. I noticed it made a difference. So as you sit, letting your body be grounded, whether your feet are on the floor or your bottom, take a big breath in, and as you exhale, just allow a letting go to this earth. Feel where your body touches the ground or your seat. And then from the very ground, let your spine grow elegantly long as your crown rises up to the heavens. And as your body naturally breathes, take a few moments, feel where you are. This is really meeting ourselves in the moment. We feel into the physical body most because it's the most dense. It's where nothing is separate, it's all interconnected. So bring your awareness right to the crown of your head. And just feel if there's any tension, tingling, and just if you can, imagine the crown kind of opens up. And then just gradually let your awareness scan down and through. And what you do is you just notice. Notice, aware of what you're aware of. Places that feel open, or places where there may be a tension, maybe in the face. Continue scanning down through the neck and the shoulders. It's a real, just meet yourself. Hello, body. When there's a tension, you meet it. It's not a problem. Oh, isn't that interesting? Take a breath and relax what you can. But until we pay attention, we don't know how is this body gathering the life. Continue scanning down and through. Wherever you notice a tension, just acknowledge it. Take a breath. Relax what you can. Do that for another half minute or so as you scan down and through. And then just notice the quality of your breath, how it breathes the body. Sometimes it's long, sometimes it's short. Notice as you're there the quality of the mind this morning. Maybe lots of little thoughts arising. None of them a problem. Is the mind very busy this morning? Curious? Just notice what's so. And check in with the quality of the heart, the emotional terrain. Mm, mm. And so we've taken inventory. You're meeting ourselves with a kindness. And the one that is aware, is awake. I like also, again, as we said, today will be my peaceful day. But I like to remind myself there's a way to take refuge, the place that is already awake and whole inside us. So I share with you, and you'll have this. So I remind myself, you can repeat this silently to yourself. From now until I fully awaken, I vow to take refuge in loving awareness, my true home. That place that is already awake and whole, peaceful. But of course, we are human and we stumble and we fall and life happens. And so we remind ourselves that I vow to take refuge in the path of loving awareness, the road that leads me home. And these are the practices, the teachings that keep bringing us back. And then finally, I vow to take refuge in the Sangha, my teachers, my friends, my spiritual family, those who aspire to live awake and free. And so just take a moment to feel those beings in your life. Some of your teachers you know personally, some you carry you because you've read or you've seen them on a video, but they've inspired you. I vow to take refuge in the Sangha, our family, our friends, those that hold us up. And just feel into yourself right now, having acknowledged there is a safe refuge you can always come home to. And now take a moment to feel into your breath. Feel if your breath is long or short, how it moves the body. And now, as you inhale, let your breath grow long and silky smooth. Pause at the top. Inhale a little more and slowly exhale. And again, big breath in slowly. Pause at the top. Inhale a little more and slowly exhale. And do that one more time. Full breath in. Pause at the top of your breath. Inhale, sip in a little more. And then slowly, slowly exhale. Wonderful breath to bring us back to that parasympathetic, that place of peace. And notice now how you feel. Then gently open the eyes as you as you inhale, interlace your fingers and stretch the arms overhead. As you exhale, round your spine, press your hands out in front of you. Mm. As you inhale, rock forward, inhale, lengthen up, lift the heart up. And as you exhale, round it. And do that two more times on your own. Inhale, lengthening the front body, lifting the heart a little. And as you exhale, slide the sacrum down, round your back, press your hands away. Do it one more time on your own. This time, stay there for a moment. Imagine I'm there now holding your hands. You can let go a little and allow your spine to round a little more. And now, as you inhale, lengthen it up. And exhale, sweep the arms down, bring your hands by your side, and pause for a moment and feel the effect of that way of being in the body. I love to at least move the spine in all directions, right? As you inhale, lift your left arm up. And as you exhale, just gently slide your right hand away and arc over a little bit. Take a breath or two here. Mm. As you next inhale, press into the earth, lift back up, exhale down. Nice. As you inhale, lift the right arm up, exhale over just a little bit. So nice. Feel the side stretch in the body. Take a breath or two. Does your body even wriggle in a little bit in there to feel a little bit more? Mm. And then press into the earth, inhale it up and exhale it down. Again, you take a breath because the second half of the pose, the release, is where you feel the gift, right? And then take your left hand on your right knee and your right hand behind you. Okay, if you're sitting on a chair, just put it in the back of the chair and then inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, just begin to twist from the belly to the right a little bit. And then breath by breath, you lengthen it up. And as you exhale, you twist again, maybe a little bit deeper this time. Each breath, just inviting the body in, kind of wringing out anything you don't need there. Mm. And now, everybody, turn your head and look over the opposite shoulder. For most of us, it'll be the left, but depending upon the direction you twist it. And then lengthen as you inhale. And as you exhale, just wring it out. Look left, twist right, kind of like wringing out a mop. Ooh. And as you inhale, release the back arm up. exhale, unwind. Big breath in and out. Feel what's happening now. Mm. Is your breath moving a little more easy? Is there energy moving? And then take your right hand on your left knee and your left hand behind you and repeat on the other side. So inhale as you lengthen, as you exhale, you begin to twist from the belly. And then breath by breath, you move in belly, ribs, and then belly, ribs, and chest. And finally, the head. The head's the last one to move. You know, we're always leading with our head. So this time you lead from the very bottom, the belly. Mm. It's like climbing a spiral staircase. And be patient. Maybe you meet a sensation. You breathe there. You relax there. Mm. And then turn and look over the right shoulder. Take that big breath in. And as you exhale, bring it out. Ooh. And to release, lift the back arm and unwind. Mm. Mm. And notice in the stillness. Mm. And then perhaps your body wants to move in a particular way. I'm noticing my neck would like a little stretch, or maybe your shoulders want a little stretch. Take a half minute or so to let your body move in its own way, really listening, because there is a wisdom, right? Even in this short little practice, energy awakens and everything's energy. So we're really learning to listen from a deeper place. Hmm. And then bring that back to center and pause for a moment. Hmm. Notice what you are now aware of. Take the moment to scan from the crown down. Feel the experience of you here and now. Does the breath feel fuller? Is your mind quiet? Is wisdom arising? Are you more sensitive to the emotions that might be here? Hmm. And take a few moments as you feel into this experience of you here and now. Notice what stands out for you. What are you now aware of? What were you aware of as we move through our short time together? And take a moment to connect to that, the sense of wisdom, the sense of peace, already whole. And as you sit with her, ask, given all that's happened here and given my life and this theme of connecting to my true nature, what is it I need to remember? What is the wisdom I take back with me? There's a message here just for you. And then take your pen to paper, and at the top of your paper, write this line from that voice. This is what you need to know. And allow it to just flow. And as you're writing here, just writing free, it's like a stream of consciousness, but it's a wisdom for you. So we'll take just a few minutes and then we'll move into our breakout rooms and we'll share a little bit about our wisdom.